Welcome to RCAM. Whoa, where am I? Seems like I'm transmitting from another planet. Wow, this is crazy. It's almost like I'm in space or something. Very trippy. Very trippy. I hope all of you guys are having a great night. If you would like to transmit me some messages in the chat, that would be freaking awesome. So go ahead and send me some love and help me return home. All right. So today we are going to be discussing some of these movies I've been watching because, man, they have been freaking good. All right, I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed them a lot, and yeah, I wanna get into it because I do think I've seen some pretty good movies recently, and I like talking about it. You know, I'm a movie guy. It's one of my loves. So we will talk about Interstellar today, and we will also talk about the movie Passengers, and I'll be giving an honest review of them because I thought they were good. But before we do that, I would like to play one of my favorite movies, which is a short on the old TikTok. It's you've probably seen it before too. It's I've played it on here once before, but I just think Chef's Kiss, it's golden. So we'll do this real quick, and then we'll talk movies. She's so good, man. Oh, it never gets old. I'm gonna be honest with you. It never gets old. It's one of my favorites, man. Just very well done. And now having watched a ton of space movies, or at least two very recently, I can say this is better. This is better watching it like the sixth time I've watched that reel. So good. So stinking good. So, we are live here from space, from outside space, and we are going to first get into the... well, we'll start in the order I watched these movies in. So I've watched 2 movies so far. I'm on this space movie kick right now, and basically space is my... Oh God, I forgot to check the oxygen levels, KMD. Yeah, I can breathe. We're good in here. We're good in here. But I started out with watching Passengers, because that's a movie... so the 2 movies I've watched recently are old movies. And I guess what really spurred this on is I've wanted to go see Project Hail Mary, but I don't have time to go watch it. So I've just been settling for, older movies that I can watch easily in the comfort of my own home. So I started by watching Passengers, and this I believe came out in 2016, and it's starring Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, and both of them, by the way, great, well acted in this movie. And the premise of the film revolves around Chris Pratt's character. He's on a ship going to a far off planet with a bunch of other passengers and they're all in this deep sleep until they arrive at this other planet, and it's supposed to take like 120 years or something like that. And during the course of their journey to this far off planet, some sort of malfunction happens, and Chris Pratt's character wakes up, and he's the only person on this ship that's woken up. But it turns out he woke up like 90 years too early. So he's going to die long before they ever arrive at their destination. And what the film does really well is it depicts how humans, I believe, would act in extreme isolation. And the film is centered around our desire for human connection. So Chris Pratt is basically on this ship for like a year. All right, he's on this ship for a year before he is trying to get connected with another person. So again, there's a bunch of people asleep on the ship, and Chris Pratt now has been in isolation for a year. He's been trying to break into this cabin to try to maybe wake up like one of the captains, and he's tried to figure out everything he can to put himself back to sleep and fix the malfunction, but to no avail. He is stuck in space on this ship by himself with nobody to talk to other than this android, which, by the way, ChatGPT is better than this android that they're depicting in this futuristic film, which is kind of creepy. But that was really his only companion. And his beard has grown out and he looks disheveled, and just what you would expect someone to look like after spending years in isolation. This is what Chris Pratt looks like. And he stumbles across Jennifer Lawrence's pod. She's asleep, and he starts to get the idea in his noggin, maybe I should wake her up. And he starts watching some videos of her, because all of them, before they get on the ship, they do videos, pre-recorded videos to themselves, and it's like this journal that gets entered. So he's watching her journal, and he starts to fall in love with, I guess how she's portraying herself in these videos. Now, at the time this movie was released, I do remember it getting a lot of criticism. And one of the criticisms was that Chris Pratt was creepy, that he was creepy. That was a criticism. And, that's usually a good way for me to discount a criticism. If they just say, oh, he's creepy, like that doesn't mean anything, all right? That's not a valid criticism, because ignore the fact that this guy has been trapped on this spaceship, isolated by himself with nobody to talk to for a year. Oh, thank you. Thank you, brother. You know, I gotta say, NVIDIA Broadcast is pretty dope. Pretty freaking dope. I actually do have legit green screen, but I just didn't feel like, oh, I'm loud? What's loud? Now let me turn that down. Let's turn her down. Why can't I hear it? Tell me when it's good. This is weird, because I should be able to hear it, and I don't. Hopefully that's better, man. I don't know why I can't hear it, though. 70%. Let's do it to 50%. Oh, now I hear it. Oh, yeah, that is loud. Oh, it's like all choppy. Why is it doing that? Huh, that's weird. How is it? Is it good now? I wonder why it's not feeding my, hold on. Now I'm like stuck on this because it should be working. Oh, and KMD never saw Passengers, heard it was good, saw Interstellar a long time ago. Huh. Yeah, for some reason I'm not able to hear it. I don't know why. It's very bizarre. It's weird because when I open it up to it, All right, well, I'm not complaining, but we'll leave it at that. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So Chris Pratt is alone and isolated for many years, and I remember when this movie first came out, I remember the criticism being that Chris Pratt was creepy. That he's creepy for waking Jennifer Lawrence up, which is what he ultimately does. This is not a spoiler either. This is all stuff you've seen in the trailer. So, which by the way, that's a complaint I do have about modern movie trailers, is that they give away way too much about the film in the trailer. So you already know a lot of the premise of the film before you ever even watch it, which is lame. So I think they need to do like teasers that give you an idea of what the movie is about without giving you any spoilers. So I wish that people were a little bit more creative in the way that they did their trailers. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So he gets panned as being creepy, but he was isolated for a whole entire year. And I think the film does a good job getting us to understand his perspective and his desire for companionship. Because any person who's isolated for a year and is facing certain death, and there's people right within his grasp, would likely do the same thing. And if you say you wouldn't, you're a liar. And actually, I think women would probably wake somebody up way sooner than a man would. I think they would probably panic after the first week and attempt to wake somebody up. So I thought the film did a good job kind of highlighting Pratt's struggle with isolation, and then the fallout that inevitably happens when Jennifer Lawrence discovers that he did wake her up, which is what happens. Now I am going to get into spoiler territory, so if you want to watch the movie and haven't yet, probably a good time to tune out. Probably a good time to go into your cryogenic sleep and leave the stream. But anyway, so Jennifer Lawrence's character discovers, her name's Aurora, that Chris Pratt's character Jim, I believe it's Jim, ultimately woke her up, and she's furious, and she's rightfully mad because he basically sentenced her to death by waking her up, which is the ethical problem, and now she's going to be trapped on this ship with him for 90 years, or until she dies. And she's very rightfully angry about that, because he had hid it from her, and he robbed her of her future on this other planet, which I get it. So you see her, they do a good job showing her perspective too. So there's this fallout between these two characters, and then the ship though continues to malfunction, and another character is woken up from his sleep, and this character was played by Lawrence Fishburne, and he wakes up and he has a really good line. So like his introduction is he says, "Who the hell planted a tree on my ship?" And after he wakes up, he starts to become really sick, and he basically dies immediately. So he basically serves as a plot device to help move the story along. And he realizes and finds out at least the problem area in the ship, so that Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence can figure out what is ultimately going on. And so Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, they end up working together to try to find, I guess, what is causing the malfunctions. They find out that a meteor crashed into the ship, and they have to repair it by basically releasing this valve so that this like nuclear reactor can let out energy from and escape the ship. So Chris Pratt's character has to go outside the ship. And this is when you start, Jennifer Lawrence's character actually starts to realize, I believe, what Chris Pratt was going through during his time of isolation, because she realizes that what he's doing is very dangerous. He could likely die, and he's at grave risk. He's at risk of losing his life by going outside the ship to try to release the pressure so that this nuclear energy or whatever can escape the ship. And she starts to understand what he's going through. Anyway, long story short, they end up stabilizing the ship. Chris Pratt's character almost dies. She's able to bring him back to life, and she ultimately decides to stay on the ship and live out the rest of her days with Chris Pratt, which, Chris Pratt's character, Jim. So I liked it. I thought it was a good story. I thought it was a good concept. I thought what they got at and what they tackled was actually a good ethical question, and I did not think it was creepy. Maybe wrong, and I don't think that the film was ambiguous about that. He understands it's wrong, but we as people need connection, and she ultimately too has a choice toward the end to go back into her sleep. She could sleep in the captain's pod or whatever, and she chooses not to. So I thought it was good, man. I thought it was just a good film. It was visually stunning too, and obviously Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence are great actors. I think Jennifer Lawrence is a stronger actor than Chris Pratt, but it was a good movie. A really good movie, RoboCop, the original. I remember RoboCop. It's been a hot minute since I've seen it, but I remember the movie very well, and I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. So that's The Passengers, and I thought, real good movie, and I liked it. I don't care. And here's another thing: I don't care what critics say. If I like a movie, I like it. It is what it is. I like the movie. Critics can, be critical. I just enjoy movies, and if they're bad, I'll call it like I see it. I probably, I'm not a critic. I'm not. It's not that hard to impress me when it comes to movies, and I thought this one was just good. Now, Interstellar, I did finally get around to watching Interstellar. Oh, hold on a second. Twitch didn't kick on. I'm going to kick Twitch on now. It always does that. It always delays Twitch for some reason. I don't know why. So Interstellar was a phenomenal movie. I thought, at least plot-wise, it was stronger than The Passengers, although I do have some complaints with the film. The score was amazing. So Hans Zimmerman was behind the score in the movie, and there's that really cool ethereal music in the background. And I heard the soundtrack to this movie. I've listened to it. I never actually watched the movie, and this movie came out in 2014. So well over 10 years ago, and I finally decided, like, I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna see what all the hubbub is about, and it did not disappoint. Now, it was long. It was very long. It was a long movie, but Matthew McConaughey and what's her name? Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway put on a great performance. They both did an excellent job. And basically the movie is taking place in a dystopian future where the Earth is about to basically run out of food, and people are going to suffocate to death because there's not enough clean air to breathe. And so they're trying to plot their escape off of a planet. Matthew McConaughey's character just happens to be a pilot who was originally intended to go on to fly this spaceship in outer space on a mission. Anyway, he gets recruited basically by NASA to go on this mission into space to find a habitable planet to save the world. So, classic save the world space movie. Now, what I liked about it was that they did a really good job with his character Cooper and his daughter's character Murphy. Their relationship. I thought it was a really strong relationship between these two characters. You see a father's love for his daughter and a daughter's love for her father, and their genuine love for space and physics and science. So that was really cool. I thought they did a good job there with that character development. Now, one thing that was kind of funny was they also talked about like black holes and wormholes, and they did this thing in the movie where the moment they did it, I realized what the plot was, and I realized, and this is a 10-year-old movie. This came out 2014, over 10 years old. So if it's spoiled for you, my bad, but it's an old movie, so I think it's safe to talk about. But I realized real early on, the moment they introduced the idea of this wormhole and interdimensional travel, I was like, oh, I bet it's Cooper communicating with Murphy from the future. I literally said this to my wife. He's like, oh yeah, they're communicating from the future. And that's exactly what happened. So I felt very justified in that analysis. So I thought that was good, which, you know, is ultimately the plot. So they venture off into space and they're searching for habitable planets, and they're following transmissions from astronauts that have gone before them. The first planet they go to was not habitable, and there's this giant wave that, you know, kills one of the astronauts as they're trying to escape. And I'm trying to collect my thoughts. And oh, one thing too, when they go to this planet, every time they're on the planet, it's like 7 years passes on their spaceship. So Matthew McConaughey's character Cooper, Anne Hathaway's character, some other dude, I don't even remember his name, and this robot all go down to this planet, while one guy named, I think it's Romilly, stays behind, and he's gonna like observe black holes while they're down this planet. But for every hour they're down there, it's like 7 years on this ship. And this is one of the things that's crazy. So they go down this planet, they find out it's uninhabitable, and then they journey back, and they finally make their way back, and it's been 23 years. So it's been 23 years, and no, this is Chris Pratt's character. This guy, Glover, he's been alone for 23 years, all right? And I felt like they kind of just glazed over that anguish. So, you know, one thing I do wish they did a better job with was not just glazing over his 23 years of isolation and what it did to him. And maybe I feel that way because I did just watch The Passengers, where they spent a lot of time fleshing out Chris Pratt's character. Maybe that's why I feel so bothered by this, but I would have liked to see just a little bit more of what Romilly went through while he was in isolation for 23 years, because they didn't really give us much. And I get that it's already a long movie. I understand that. I get it. You know, the movie was mad long. But I do think it would have been cool to see a little bit more of what that guy went through. So anyway, they go down, they get betrayed by Matt Damon's character, who I also really just didn't trust immediately, because they wake him up, and it's this touching moment because he was like one of these astronauts that got lost looking for a habitable planet. But you look at the planet and you're like, this clearly is not habitable. Like, this is a frozen planet. And he's talking about like there being like breathable air, but he's in his spacesuit outside. I'm just not buying it. It felt off. So the moment he starts walking away with Matthew McConaughey's character, I'm like, oh yeah, homeboy is going to try to murder him. And that's exactly what happened, man. And he met a tragic end, you know, Matt Damon's character in an explosion. And the twist of the movie, which I thought was pretty cool, was that it was essentially about time travel and them being able to communicate through time. And the bond that Cooper's character had with his daughter Murphy was strong enough to transcend time and space. And I thought that was cool. Now, the one thing that was disappointing to me was that by the time Matthew McConaughey gets reunited with his daughter, she's like 90 years old on her deathbed. I thought, well, that's kind of lame. That's kind of lame. I would have liked, him to meet her while she was young, but it is what it is. But all in all, I thought great movie. Freaking phenomenal movie, man. One of the better movies I've seen in a long time, and this has just got me hyped for um Project Hail Mary, which I am going to do everything in my power to try to see. So that's what I would like to do, is try to see that movie as soon as possible, because it looks really good, man. And I'm on this space movie kick, man. I just want to watch uh, every space movie possible. And I do think it's cool too, because part of the inspiration behind me watching these movies is, yes, Project Hail Mary did come out, but also, we just went to the freaking moon, guys. So this is NASA. Hello, moon. It's great to be back. Here's a taste of what Artemis II astronauts photographed during their flight around the moon. That's so freaking cool, man. That's sick. It's just freaking awesome. So this is one of the greatest achievements in modern history, and I think it's worthy of praise, man. It's an incredible accomplishment, and it makes me proud to be an American. It makes me proud to be a citizen of this world, where we are doing great and incredible things and going where no man has gone. Well, one man has gone before, and I'm grateful. KMD says Ford versus Ferrari is also good. Just two men fighting corporate politics, hard racing, friendship, no sex, no LGBT stuff. Just two men having fun in the 1960s, building a 60s race car. Watch the trailer for Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah, I'll check that out, dude. I'll definitely check it out. Speaking of the NASA space trip, Victor Glover did share a refreshing message on Easter, and I want to play that for y'all. Hold on a second.
For me, I'm glad you brought that up, though. I think these observances are important, and as we are so far from Earth and looking back at, the beauty of creation, I think for me, one of the really important personal perspectives that I have up here is I can really see Earth as one thing. And, when I read the Bible and I look at all of the amazing things that were done for us who were created, it's you have this amazing place, this spaceship. You guys are talking to us because we're in a spaceship really far from Earth, but you're on a spaceship called Earth that was created to give us a place to live in the universe, in the cosmos. I think maybe the distance we are from you makes you think what we're doing is special, but we're the same distance from you, and I'm trying to tell you, just trust me, you are special. In all of this emptiness, this is a whole bunch of nothing, this thing we call the universe. You have this oasis, this beautiful place that we get to exist together. I think as we go into Easter Sunday, thinking about, all the cultures all around the world, whether you celebrate it or not, whether you believe in God or not, this is an opportunity for us to remember where we are, who we are, and that we are the same thing, and that we got to get through this together.
That was awesome. Very encouraging. He shares one more thing too. I want to pull this up. Oh no, this is old. Here we go.
To remind you of one of the most important mysteries there on earth, and that's love. Christ said in response to what was the greatest command, that it was to love God with all that you are. And he also, being a great teacher, said the second is equal to it, and that is to love your neighbor as yourself. And so as we prepare to go out of radio communication, we're still to feel your love from Earth, and to all of you down there on Earth and around Earth, we love you from the moon.
Houston copies. We'll see you on the other side.
We will see you on the other side.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, based. Yeah, and they're doing this right before they go around and they make their trip around the dark side, the backside of the moon, where they'll be at a radio communication, and he uses that as an opportunity to, exalt the name of Christ and share his love with the entire world, man. That's awesome. And this is what we need. We need more Christians living out their faith in every facet of life, from the far reaches of outer space to your corporate workplace to Hollywood. We need Christians that are willing to exalt the name of Jesus everywhere they go, and to live out the true purpose of their lives. See, not everybody's called to be a pastor or preacher. Um, but we are all called to be living testimonies of Jesus Christ, to demonstrate his love and his likeness wherever we go. And I think a lot of Christians miss that. It's like, you don't have to get on stage and preach a message. You can just simply share the gospel with people at work. Show up and practice what you preach. Walk out your faith. Live it out. Be a person of character. The other day, I had a coworker. Her child is going through a difficult season, and me and my coworker are Christians. Well, she's not a believer. She's a believer, and we ended up praying for her right there in the work spot. So it's like, every opportunity you have to try to share the gospel, do it. Yeah, we are ambassadors of the kingdom. This proves that the earth isn't flat, it's a tetrahedron. Yeah, yeah, flat earthers are probably real hurt right now, so probably a lot of copium happening on that part. I'm very curious to see how they're processing this. So, I think the first inclination is probably for people to say, "Oh, it's fake, it didn't happen." Like, come on, guys. Come on. It happened, alright? And it's cool. And I want it to happen again. And I want them to go back to the moon, and I want them to land on it. I want to start uh, establishing space bases there. And I want to beat China. Like, this is cool. Let's not write it off as conspiracy. My favorite is that the Bible says the earth is flat. I don't even think it ever says that. It doesn't. It talks about, what is it, the firmament. If anything, like, if I were to make an argument, for flat Earth, it'd be like globe Earth, if anything. um, I want to start mining asteroids. That'd be cool. Yeah, imagine the resources we can get from asteroids. I do think it's cool. I think we are in peak Americanism when we are being pioneers and exploring and doing risky things. And it is actually an act of bravery that these people are out there doing something risky, doing something dangerous. I think that's something noble. And I wish more Christians took this type of stuff seriously. Precious metals would crash overnight. Yeah, that's true. It would suck for somebody holding precious metals. That's for sure. So, yeah, we'll see, man. You know, it would be awesome, solar, but the correct way. What do you mean, like solar energy? I'm not following. Dystopian Dyson sphere around the sun. Like harnessing that energy? I mean, that'd be pretty badass. That'd be pretty cool. All right, I got some React videos teed up too that I want to go over while I got y'all here. And if you guys have anything you want me to talk about, feel free to share it in the comments. Then I'll pull up. I'll pull her on up. A Dyson sphere of solar panels around the sun, and then sending the electricity wirelessly to the Earth. That'd be sick, dude. Oh, but before we move on from deep space, I do have to show this video of the moon because it's sick. Yeah, that's sick, man. That is sick. All right. So switching gears a little bit, there's a couple things I want. Oh, yeah, this is a little depressing. I'll save that for later. Too depressing. I'm not ready to be depressed yet. Hold on a second. Man, I feel like everything I have on the docket except for this is depressing. My brother shared this skit with me, and I thought it was hilarious. So I needed to share it with you guys.
This place was just so much better with racism.
Look, we all miss having racism in the workplace, right?
Hey guys, what the fuck?
Oh, hey Jenna. You want to try some of the Trader Joe's Taiwanese green onion pancake? It's really good.
No, I don't want the Trader Joe's green. Did you just say you miss having racism in the workplace?
Oh, yeah. Racism. He was a person who used to work here. He was the office manager a few years ago.
No, racism is not a real name.
Whoa. It is, and that's kind of insulting.
A little racist.
You really want me to believe that there was an office manager at Benson Law named Racism?
Racism. First name Ray, last name Sism.
If that's actually his name, why don't you just call him Ray?
Well, that would be confusing because of Ray Bradford in accounting.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a first name, last name type of guy.
Calling him Ray would just feel weird.
Ugh.
Why have I never heard of him before now?
He died in a freak workplace accident. He had his legs yanked off in the printer. I don't want us to talk about it.
Okay, and let me guess, he has a sister named Sexism?
How'd you know that?
So you don't know racism, but you know his sister Sex.
I just looked him up on LinkedIn. There's no one named Racism.
Yeah, because after he got married, he hyphenated his last name to include his wife's last name.
He was so progressive.
That's what we loved about him.
What's his wife's last name?
Forever.
His name is Racism Forever?
Yeah, that's him.
I can't even look at it.
This is obviously some sort of elaborate prank.
Jenna, you're being so insensitive, okay? Can't you see? Racism is dead and we are all worse off because of it.
Racism will never die as long as we keep racism alive in our hearts and in our actions.
I'm not doing this with y'all.
That's fine. This is actually pretty painful for us.
It's a lot of trauma. We have a lot of racism trauma.
I'm just gonna go to HR. I'm just gonna go to HR. Yeah, I'm just gonna gonna go to HR.
You know, racism's only flaw, he really hated Irish people.
Hated him.
Racism forever. I'm dead, y'all. I'm dead. Oh, yeah, I needed a good laugh. So I saw the clip I'm about to show you. I saw it making the rounds, and without any context, you tell me who seems. Send you that. I'll send it to you. But without any context, you tell me who seems more sympathetic in this exchange.
I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I think I made a mistake.
What's the mistake?
The mistake is... getting married. To you.
What?
Shane, when I met you, I was in a weird place. And I had my bad breakup and work was so frustrating, and then you came along and you're so handsome and I was so attracted to you and you had so much going on, and going around the city with you was like a fantasy. All the doors open, and then you asked me to marry you. And look, I admit, when I was little, I had princess dolls, and I was a girly girl, and I dreamt about my wedding day, and Prince Charming, and all that shit.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And then
Are you for real right now?
And then I got caught up in the wedding, and that was the last 5 months, basically. And everyone, I could tell, thought I was so lucky, and that made me feel good, but like, in the dumbest way, because now I'm here, and...
And what?
And I realize I don't want to be a +1 my whole life.
Okay, so don't be. I mean, I'm not telling you to be anything.
But that's just how it is.
Okay, so are you blaming me because you're not more successful?
No, I'm not blaming you for anything. You've done nothing wrong.
What a relief. Like... After I've wined you and dined you and asked you to marry me and then made you the center of my life, it's just nice to know you're not pissed.
Shane, this is about me. I'm not okay with being a trophy wife, an appendage, like all these other women in your world.
Okay, so you're pretty, and that's part of the appeal for me, and what, that bothers you?
I just need to respect myself.
I gotta hand it to you. You hid yourself really well, Rachel. I mean, this whole time, I bought that you were this cool chick who was fun and confident and normal. And I had no idea that you were this insecure, naive baby.
You're the baby, Shane. Coddled by your mommy who showed up on your honeymoon. You don't get the room you want, so you throw a never-ending tantrum. I genuinely cannot believe what a baby man you can be.
Okay, I'm out. I'm gonna go for a swim. Because now, we are starting down a very dark road. And you better be sure you really want to go there.
So, this clip is shared, and I think they want me to feel sympathetic toward this woman. I guess this is from a show called The White Lotus. I've never, or a movie. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out. But I'm not sympathetic toward the woman, actually. I she says this is about me, and I think that's the exact problem. It sounds like the same regurgitated feminist bullcrap that they've been forcing on us for a very long time. And most men are not having it at all. Like at least based on this clip, this man didn't do anything wrong. Now, maybe, I've heard some people say he's really a jerk. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta watch it, but based on that clip alone, I'm like, yeah, I'm not on her side here. I'm Yep, even when Adam and Eve were talking to God and had everything at their fingertips, it wasn't enough for Eve. Yeah, I'm sympathetic for the guy. What the F? Gave everything just to be kept kicked to the curb. Yeah, man. Honestly. Sorry. Had to deal with my kiddo. It's a chick flick made for lonely boss babes so that way they can feel right about their awful decisions. Yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of modern television is just spitting out content to affirm feminist lifestyles, even though they're destructive and they ultimately leave them unhappy. And we just see the same nonsense over and over again. But it seems like, oh, she was not content with being taken care of by her husband, and she was unhappy with that situation and just wanted out. And she says herself she was initially happy and wanted this lifestyle, and then regrets it the moment she gets. And it's just like, yeah, well, marriage isn't about just you. If marriage was a real talk, if marriage is just about you, you're gonna have a very unhappy marriage. You do a lot of stuff in marriage that may not make you happy. All right. You do stuff for the good of your family, for the good of your wife. I don't like doing dishes at all. Not an enjoyable experience for me, but it makes my wife happy, makes her life a little bit easier. So I want to help out where I can. And I do. And there's stuff that my wife does for me that I'm sure doesn't make her very happy. And we give these things up. And this is what happens when you don't have a me-centric marriage. And you actually think of another person. This wasn't meant for what I'm about to compare it to, but it does apply. What is this? What are you talking about? I'm missing some context, bro. So yeah, I thought that one was obnoxious. Obnoxious. Paul says First Corinthians 7, the woman's body is not hers, but also the man, and likewise the man's body belongs to him. Yeah, it's like we are, our lives are not our own, and this reiterates that point. This is just an extension of what that's getting at. So in a marriage, it's not about me, it's about the marriage. Yeah. And above the marriage too, it's not my marriage isn't even about me and my wife. It's about Christ. So it's like we have to use our marriage as a means to bring honor and glory to Christ. So it's like I love my wife as Christ loved the church, and I do this ultimately to glorify Christ's church. So a good marriage is ultimately a reflection of Christ's love at work in our lives. So that this is why to be in a marriage, you have to be selfless. If you're selfish in marriage, you're gonna have a bad time, a very bad time. And when I first got married, I was very selfish. I was very selfish, and it took me a long time to work through that stuff. But it wasn't about me, and my wife is. She had her her share of selfishness. And we had to work through that, take our eyes off of ourselves and focus on loving one another and laying down our lives for each other. And that is a beautiful thing that a lot of people don't spend enough time working on. So there's that rant, man, because that annoyed me. Speaking of things that annoy me, this also annoys me. And I got some choice words about it.
Men were raised to hate women. Or were they raised to hate being compared to women? Because I don't remember being told to hate women, but I do remember being told things like, don't throw like a girl, don't act like a girl, don't cry like a girl. And when that's the insult, the comparison becomes the threat, right? And obviously, no boy or man wants to feel inadequate, so we distance ourselves from what we're told is lesser. And I know for me personally, that was suppressing parts of myself labeled by society as more feminine, such as being more emotionally aware or being a little bit more expressive or even a little softer. And when femininity becomes a symbol of weakness, it's not hard to see how resentment can start growing, and to no fault of their own, towards the biggest symbol of femininity overall, which is women! Which is obviously so fucking stupid. And that's why I keep coming back to the same conclusion. Men were raised to hate women. Or were they raised...
What? This is so lame, y'all. I'm being a little reserved. But this is really gay. All right? It just is. It just is. One, it's not even the fact that he's just putting makeup on. It's that he's doing those makeup videos that women do while making an incredibly dumb point. Men are raised to hate women. No, we're not. And I think the opposite is true, actually. I don't see men holding up signs saying, death to the matriarchy. I don't hear people saying that, all women are toxic or quote unquote, kill all women. Like, I see the opposite. But I do see that coming from the fairer sex. And I think that's an issue. Financial freedom says, I want to punch him in the face. Yes, I'm in touch with that. And a very weak man. A very weak man. Just obnoxious, bro. Thankfully, this is not. They're trying to normalize it, and just these fringe weirdos are getting on board with it. Your normal man is not doing that at all, let alone making tutorial videos and talking to the camera like a chick. Man, it's so lame. It's so freaking lame. All right. This is a little slightly heavier story I want to talk about. So, Pennsylvania parents charged after toddler injured in Zoo America wolf enclosure incident. Two parents in Pennsylvania have been charged after their toddler was injured by a wolf at Zoo America, part of Hershey Park. The incident occurred over the weekend when the 17-month-old child managed to get dangerously close to an animal enclosure. 17 months. That's a little over a year old. That's not, the kid's not even 2. According to investigators, the child slipped through a gap in the wooden perimeter fence and reached into the main enclosure where the wolf bit the toddler's hand. Authorities say the parents, Carrie Sordo, 43, and Stephen Wilson, 61, were standing roughly 25 to 30 feet away and appeared distracted on their phones at the time. Bystanders rushed in to pull the child away, and the toddler suffered minor injuries. Both parents are now facing charges of endangering the welfare of the child. As they should. They absolutely should face charges for that kind of neglect. How do you let your 17-month-old that far away from you near an animal enclosure? what? Look, I'm on my 2-year-old like white on rice. Oh, she's 3 now. We do not let them out of our sights, and when we just recently went to the zoo. We Our daughter's hand was held at all points, and even our older one, 7 years old, we keep a close eye on her too. But a child that's less than 2 years old, because you were on your phone is not more important than your child. Your phone is not more important than the well-being of your kid. Your kid's life matters more than whatever the hell you're scrolling through on social media. And this is the state of parenting now, man. It's very upsetting. It's like I go to the park sometimes with my kids and I see parents just sitting in their car on their phones where their kids are playing and having the time of their lives on the playground, but also looking for to their parents for validation, but they're not met with their parents, eyes because their parents are looking down at their phone. I see this too sometimes I've been my daughter's had soccer games. I go to her soccer games and there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time on their phones. And even me, I was guilty of doing this. Like if she was doing something unimportant, I looked away on my phone, but I'm like, why am I doing this? Like I want to focus on and be present in the moment with my daughter. And she looks to me to validation. So now it's like I'm making an active, or I'm being intentional about not looking at my phone even during lulls in the game, and just keeping my eyes fixed on what is going on. It's also life is much more entertaining when you're focused on the moment that you're in, other than moments that are happening across the world far from your reach. Like be in the moment, focus on what's right in front of you, focus on the things that matter. I can't tell you how important that is, and um, we can't miss this, guys. Our kids need us, and I don't. They shouldn't have to worry about getting mauled to death by wolves or injured by wolves because we're too busy on our phones. It's just plain and simple. All right, give me 1 second here. I gotta check. I saw this. You're an hour away from Hershey. That's crazy. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. All right, I think we're gonna change gears a little bit. I'm gonna play a space game since we were talking about space. I'm gonna try, and I haven't played this game yet, but I actually never played this game because it looked a little boring. Gonna be honest with y'all, but I figure now is a good of a time as any to give it a whirl and see what it is all about. So give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna resize this to. Let's see. Maybe I will shrink this little box here. Shrink, 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 shrink. And I will raise this up here a little bit. I think that's good. Move this box over. There we go. There we go. The heck? Sometimes I get weird chats on Kick and I just quite don't understand them. I don't get it. What is this? This streamer's high often. Oh, it's a. Oh, I get it now. It's whatchamacallit? A bot. All right. So we're gonna play Death Stranding. Hold on. Oh, there we go. And hold on a second. No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. What the heck? There we go. There we go. Oh, dang. Okay. I think I'm gonna play this game with a controller. Oh, I gotta fix it. Man, I'm all messed up, y'all. I'm out of sorts here. There we go. Shrink that down. There we go. I think that's good. Does that look good? That looks good. All right. I'm just gonna try normal. Let's do large since I'm basically a blind man. Oh, we'll get chat brought up. Alerts. Chat. There we go. We'll put chat right there. Boom. New follow. Where's my stats? Alerts. Hold on. I will fix that in a second. I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row. Background, new follow, alerts. I know I have stats somewhere. Oh, here we go. I'll just do that there. It's annoying. Okay. I always ignore birthday. I don't know why they need my birthday. Yeah, this is the weird game with like the baby, where he's carrying the baby. No, it's a skeleton. Oh no, it's not. It's just a mask. Kojima. Cool. The rope, along with the stick, are two of mankind's oldest tools. The stick to keep the bad away, the rope used to bring the good toward us. They were our first friends of our own invention. Oh, dang it.
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Heavy pulse, bloody eyes, sweaty clothes.
It's pretty. That looks real.
To understand and know, play my tricks, fragile mind, risk your head.
That looks real.
Shut my eyes, I'm not here. There must be some mistake. Don't be
Wow, they got like a decent cast in this
don't be so
game. This is cool.
Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious.
Okay. Beautiful game. I guess the rain's acidic. That's what I'm assuming. So, fun fact about Norman Reedus, he actually rides motorcycles in real life. And there's this really cool story about how he became famous. So, he worked like a blue-collar job, and he was really down on his luck and gambler or something like that, and he got invited out to this party in Hollywood Hills by a buddy. And he decided to go. And when he went to this party, he started getting really drunk. And as he was drinking and thinking and kind of reflecting on his life and reflecting on what happened at work, he got really angry and went on this like impassioned speech, basically expressing his woes and frustration. And while he was talking, everybody was paying attention to what he was saying. And this Hollywood scout basically auditioned at one of our, shows. So, they did like, musicals or whatever. Production. He went there, and when he started doing these plays or whatever, he got scouted out by Hollywood and ended up. So, like, this drunken rant that he went on ultimately led him to get discovered as an actor, which I think is just very Norman Reedus.
No.
Oh man, I lost my bike.
Oh, great. Fuck.
What the hell? Transfer cargo. Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, I'm getting the hang of it. Sweet. You know what game I wanted to play? But I gotta set up my capture card. I haven't done that yet. I wanted to replay Metroid, which I'm probably gonna do. I mean, I'm already I would say 50% through the game. So I just want to rebeat it. So he's Sam in this game. My controller is vibrating, so something serious is happening. I guess he's getting the chills. I'm sure it's nice. Okay. That caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting that. Can I kill it? I would like to kill it. I would like to kill whatever this is. Oh, it's on the ceiling now. So is it like one of those situations where it can't see you if you don't move? Or don't speak? I gotta say, this is not what I was expecting. buddy. Oh, dang. He's lucky as hell. It just, you're telling me it just misses him every single time? That seems very suspect to me. Huh. Am I able to kill stuff in this game? Oh, look. There's light people in the sky. Prologue Porter.
I think they're gone. What the hell? Didn't mean to grab you so hard. Tears. A chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me.
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
What's your level? You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Level 2, then.
What are you doing here?
Trying to stay dry. Same as you. Timefall's let up.
Fragile.
My name is Fragile.
Yeah, I've heard of you.
That right?
What kind of name is Fragile?
Sam Porter Bridges. The man who delivers.
So I'm just a delivery guy.
You want it? A crypto bite a day keeps the time fall away.
Ew, is she gonna eat that thing? Ew. Dude, that's disgusting. And she looks like she's enjoying it. Ugh.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
Yeah, I thought Fragile Express had plenty of people.
Plenty of traitors.
Gross.
Not much left of us now, save for a few honest folks. And on top of that, not much left of me either. Got soaked from neck to toe.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries, that's all.
This is Bridges Central Dispatch. Freelance contractor Sam Porter Bridges. Receiver is standing by for drop.
Heading
Can't
into
kill
town.
stuff on my deliveries?
Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The time fall fast forwards whatever it touches.
He was
But it can't wash everything away.
married, I guess.
The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
All right, I'm ready to play now. Deliver one or more consignments of smart drugs. Okay, well, I'd like to deliver my drugs. I'd like to continue to be a drug dealer. Got a little bit of meth, a little bit of... Okay. Well, looks like I can't go that way. How the hell do I get across? Okay, I guess I gotta go down this way. Oh yeah, the gas prices suck, bro. I mean, you guys probably have it worse up by you. I'm down south and they suck. That's why it's so horrible to me. I'm like, I should be having cheap gas. Okay. There's no reason I should. Yeah. Endurance gauge. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. I'll lower it. A second. It's in-game. Yeah, try to. There we go. It does feel really loud though. System options. Audio settings. Let's see here. All right, we'll see. What's your solution? Okay, let me rest. How the hell I climb up? When you center your balance, you'll be able to resist the flow. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Huh. Dividend investing should be enough to cover my bills. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the dividend investing. My buddy from New York did a lot of dividend investing. Can I like turn the in-game music off? Audio settings. Game settings, game difficulty, shared content. Select, no. Let me do that. It won't let you do the in-game music off. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. I think this is a way in. I think. I don't know if this is... Ah, come on. No. Man. I feel like a retard right now. No! How the hell do I get out of here? Okay. This is so annoying. Is that what you do? Financial freedom is like that, like your main gig, your main job is like helping people invest? This is very frustrating. Oh, you're a chemical engineer. Oh, nice. Okay, I spent too much time here. Let me see if there's another way around. Oh no, I'm gonna fall. Am I supposed to like climb up these cliffs? Like what is going on here? That's kind of what my brother-in-law is doing too, man. He's been going hard at it for a while now. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go back down the water. See if there's another way. It wants me to go up this way, but where do I go up? Maybe it's here? Oh, this looks right. Alright, so I went the wrong way. I'm literally driving now, but when I park, my squad are pulling up. Heavy your next stream? No.
At least I'm getting my steps in.
Shoot. Is this game supposed to be very frustrating? Hey, Ost, what's going on, bro? Thanks for the raid, brother.
Sam, he's on man.
Oh, here we go. What up, bro? Okay. This game is a little frustrating. I just spent like 20 minutes trying to... Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Trying to climb up a mountain.
Seriously?
I'm probably gonna crash soon too. Believe it or not. I got like 10 minutes. Yeah. I figure this is one of the most space-oriented games I own. But it's a little weird. It's like different than any game I've ever played. That's for sure. Technically, WoW could be considered a space game too.
One foot right in front of the other.
So I guess I'm a guy that just delivers packages. I'm gonna get somebody their drugs. Bring in drugs. I'm the drug delivery guy. It's a very beautiful game, though. I gotta say, I am impressed with how pretty the game is. What is this? Oh, more drugs. Look at all these drugs.
Well, at least I'm getting my steps in.
More drugs. Now I got some fentanyl. Some crack, you know. A little bit of everything. Oh, man.
Get it together.
No, don't fall. Good lord. Oh yeah, Alien Isolation. I heard good things about that game. I want to play Dead Space too.
Beginning scan. Cargo verified. Thank you.
I think I actually own Dead Space. Maybe I own one. I know they made a remastered one. I've never played that game either. If all I'm doing is delivering stuff, I'm not killing stuff in this game, I'm probably not going to play it.
Sam, he's our man.
Make delivery, deliver cargo. All cargo is ready to be delivered. Okay, can I? Okay. I have a game called Outer Worlds. I have to beat it. It was really fun. Outer Worlds. Huh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Someone just recommended another game to me. I'm trying to think of what it was called.
What took you so long?
But it also looks pretty
Like
good.
the legend to come in
Oh, Outer Wilds.
Had to wait out the storm. Lost my bike.
Outer Worlds or Outer
Sounds like you've been
Wilds?
through the ringer. Luckily, our goods are in perfect condition. Well, you did keep us waiting, but everything else seems to be in perfect order, so great work. We'll be awaiting the next delivery.
Oh. Dang. Okay. So all of it gets damaged. Overall rating, an S. I think that's good. So I have to deliver these stuff fast without falling?
Special commission for Sam Porter Bridges. Priority 1.
Outer Worlds. Okay, so I got suggested Outer Wilds. I thought maybe that was a typo too. Play Outer Wilds, and you're saying Outer Worlds. I'll have to check that out.
Igor, Bridges Corpse Disposal. Sam Porter, I presume? Right. Not the touchy-feely type. Document said you had some kind of phobia.
Bridges Corpse Disposal? What happened?
Look, gotta get a move on. I'll explain as we go. Come on.
So I'm getting rid of a corpse.
Come and take a look.
Am I gonna have to start carrying that baby soon?
Incinerator.
I don't know.
How long since he flatlined?
We don't know the exact TOD, but I'd say it's been upwards of 40 hours.
He wasn't quarantined.
Not sick. This is a suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
We're just lucky we found him at all. Got him on ice ASAP, but who knows when he'll go necro.
Where are you taking him?
Closest incinerator's to the north.
This route's crawling with PTs. Sure you can't use another?
I wish I could, but there's no time.
Then just burn the poor bastard right here.
You put all that chiralium in the air so close to town? Can't do it.
Better that than trying for the incinerator.
Hey, we can do this. We just need someone like you with dooms.
I don't know what Dooms is yet. Outer Worlds is a cool space game though. Alright, hold on a second. Now I have to look. I have to see. What is this? Store. Alright. I got Outer Wilds, Outer World. Oh wait, hold on. Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds. Oh yeah, it does look kind of cool. Very positive. A single player RPG from as you explore space colony, the character you decide how to determine the player's driven story. Oh, cool. First person shooter. Oh, it's not even that much money. Got good reviews. Just adding it to my list of games to play. But it does look pretty good. Looks really pretty too. And it's from the people that made Fallout. Yeah, this looks good. It looks cool. The environment is really colorful.
Well, he's already in the first stages of necrosis. If we don't hurry, this place is a crater.
So how about it? Can we count on you? Then Bridges hereby enters into a contract with Sam Porter.
Sam. Just Sam. And I can't spot BTs. Just sense them.
That's why we came prepared.
A bridge baby, huh?
With its help and you, we'll be able to stay one step ahead of them.
Have a good night, dude. Yeah, I'm about to log off too. Ugh. That's weird.
Makes me feel like shit every time.
Well, you are plugging into the other side. Freaks me out too.
Roll out.
What? What's with the baby? That was weird. I'm slightly interested. I'm slightly intrigued. Oh, what is going on with my camera? There's lag. Oh, you know what? I know it's probably happening. Computer's doing too much right now. Hold on a second. That should fix it. Let's see.
You know, the world was different when I was a kid. America is a country. Anybody could go anywhere they damn well pleased. No need for couriers like yourself.
Oh, that's probably a sign for me to log off. So that's what I'm going to do, y'all. I hope you all have a very good night. I'll probably just raid somebody out real quick. Just to get the raids out of the way for the month. I like seeing. I like rants. Rants is cool. Maybe I'll do rants. Yeah. And he's playing Pokemon. Copy. My content. Boom. /raid. All right. There we go. Confirm raid. All right, cool. Rated rants. That was cool. Double raid. All right, that worked out. All right, have a good night, guys.
Airplanes. Hell, you could even visit other